Question 1. Regulatory compliance in surplus lines claims handling. In Tennessee, surplus lines insurance claims handlers must comply with both state and federal regulations. Which of the following is a key requirement for surplus lines insurers under Tennessee law? A. Surplus lines insurers must obtain direct approval from the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance for every policy issued. B. Surplus lines insurers are required to file annual financial statements with the National Association of Insurance Commissioners (NAIC). C. Surplus lines insurers must ensure that claims are handled by Tennessee licensed adjusters even if the claim originates from outside Tennessee. D. Surplus lines insurers must provide policyholders with a written explanation of the reasons for any claim denial within 15 business days of the decision. C. Surplus lines insurers must ensure that claims are handled by Tennessee licensed adjusters even if the claim originates from outside Tennessee. Explanation. Under Tennessee regulations, surplus lines insurers are required to ensure that any claims adjusters handling claims within the state are appropriately licensed by the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance. This is a critical aspect of regulatory compliance to ensure that adjusters are knowledgeable about state-specific laws and practices. Option A is incorrect because surplus lines insurers are not required to obtain direct approval for each policy but must follow specific regulatory guidelines. Option B is partially correct as surplus lines insurers do file annual statements, but it is not the primary focus of the question regarding compliance for claims handlers. Option D refers to a best practice rather than a regulatory requirement under Tennessee law. Question 2. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. When evaluating the extent and value of a surplus lines insurance claim, what is one of the primary methods used to determine the appropriate reserve amount for a complex claim? A. Consulting actuarial tables to estimate future claim payouts. B. Utilizing automated claims processing software exclusively. C. Reviewing past similar claims and industry benchmarks to estimate costs. D. Deferring the reserve calculation until after the claim has been settled. Answer. C. Reviewing past similar claims and industry benchmarks to estimate costs. Explanation. Determining the appropriate reserve amount for a complex claim often involves reviewing past similar claims and industry benchmarks. This approach allows claims handlers to estimate costs based on historical data and industry standards, ensuring a more accurate reserve calculation. Option A is more relevant to underwriting rather than claims evaluation. Option B suggests reliance solely on software, which may not account for the nuances of complex claims. Option D is incorrect as reserves need to be established early in the claims process to manage financial exposure accurately. Question 3. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type. Mr. Anderson, the surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is investigating a complex claim involving significant property damage. The insured has provided preliminary documentation and an initial statement. Which of the following actions should Mr. Anderson prioritize to ensure a thorough investigation? A. Conduct an immediate site visit to assess the extent of the damage and gather physical evidence. B. Rely on the insured's initial statement and documentation without further verification. C. Delegate the investigation to a third-party contractor and avoid direct involvement. D. Delay the investigation until the insured has provided all requested documentation. Answer A. Conduct an immediate site visit to assess the extent of the damage and gather physical evidence. Explanation. In a complex claims investigation, it is crucial for the adjuster to conduct an immediate site visit to personally assess the damage and gather physical evidence. This allows for a first-hand evaluation and ensures that the adjuster can identify any discrepancies or additional issues not evident in the initial documentation. Option B is insufficient as it relies solely on the insured's information without verification. Option C is inappropriate because direct involvement is necessary for a thorough investigation. Option D could result in unnecessary delays and potential loss of crucial evidence. Conducting a site visit aligns with best practices and regulatory expectations for claims investigations in Tennessee. Question 4. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. In Tennessee, which of the following is a critical consideration when negotiating and reaching a settlement agreement in a surplus lines insurance claim? A. Ensuring that the settlement amount is exactly the same as the initial reserve amount set for the claim. B. Obtaining a signed release from the insured that explicitly states the claim is fully and finally settled. C. Avoiding any written documentation of the settlement agreement to maintain confidentiality. D. Making sure that the settlement process is solely controlled by the surplus lines insurer without input from the insured. Answer. B. Obtaining a signed release from the insured that explicitly states the claim is fully and finally settled. Explanation. Obtaining a signed release from the insured that explicitly states the claim is fully and finally settled is a critical step in the settlement process. This release helps to prevent any future claims or disputes regarding the same incident. Option A is incorrect because the settlement amount may differ from the initial reserve amount due to changes in the assessment of the claim's value. Option C is incorrect as written documentation is essential for legal and regulatory compliance. Option D is incorrect because the settlement process should involve input from both the insurer and the insured to reach a fair and equitable resolution. Question 5. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. Which of the following best describes an ethical consideration for a surplus lines claims handler in Tennessee when handling a complex claim? A. Prioritizing the insurer's financial interests over the insured's valid claim. B. Maintaining confidentiality of all claim-related information and not disclosing it without proper authorization. C. Encouraging the insured to withdraw their claim to avoid potential litigation costs. D. Ignoring any potential conflicts of interest to expedite the claims process. Answer. B. Maintaining confidentiality of all claim-related information and not disclosing it without proper authorization. Explanation. Maintaining confidentiality of all claim-related information and not disclosing it without proper authorization is a key ethical consideration for claims handlers. This ensures that the privacy of the insured is respected and complies with legal and regulatory standards. Option A is unethical as it disregards the insured's valid claim. Option C is inappropriate as it pressures the insured to forego their rightful claim. Option D is incorrect because addressing conflicts of interest is crucial to maintaining integrity and fairness in the claims process. Question 6. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type. MS. Roberts, a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is handling a claim involving a fire that caused extensive damage to a commercial property. The insured has already provided a detailed inventory of damaged items. What should MS. Roberts do next to ensure a comprehensive investigation? A. Immediately approve the claim based on the provided inventory without further verification. B. Hire fire cause and origin expert to determine the exact cause of the fire. C. Decline the claim immediately if the inventory seems excessive compared to the property size. D. Request that the insured provide a second inventory list for cross-verification. Answer. B. Hire fire cause and origin expert to determine the exact cause of the fire. Explanation. Hiring a fire cause and origin expert to determine the exact cause of the fire is a crucial step in a comprehensive investigation. This expert can provide an objective analysis of how the fire started, which is essential for determining coverage and liability. Option A is incorrect as it overlooks the need for verification and thorough investigation. Option C is inappropriate because declining the claim without proper investigation is unethical and likely in violation of fair claims practices. Option D may cause unnecessary delays and is not as effective as obtaining expert analysis to understand the cause of the fire. Question 7. Surplus lines insurance policy analysis. When analyzing a surplus lines insurance policy in Tennessee, which of the following is essential for understanding the scope of coverage and limitations? A. Focusing only on the declarations page to determine coverage limits. B. Reviewing the policy exclusions section to identify what is not covered. C. Consulting the insured's personal preferences for policy interpretation. D. Ignoring endorsements as they do not affect the primary policy terms. Answer. B. Reviewing the policy exclusions section to identify what is not covered. Explanation. Reviewing the policy exclusions section is essential for understanding the scope of coverage and limitations of a surplus lines insurance policy. Exclusions specify what is not covered, helping to clarify the insurer's responsibilities and potential liabilities. Option A is incorrect because the declarations page alone does not provide comprehensive details about coverage. Option C is inappropriate as policy interpretation should be based on the written contract, not personal preferences. Option D is incorrect because endorsements can modify the terms and conditions of the primary policy, impacting coverage. Question 8. Surplus lines insurance claim settlement. Which of the following is a key regulatory requirement for surplus lines claim settlement in Tennessee? A. Settlements must be approved by the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance before they are finalized. B. Insurers must provide a written settlement agreement to the insured within 30 days of reaching a settlement. C. Insurers are prohibited from using mediation as a method to resolve disputes in claim settlement. D. Settlements must be reported to the National Association of Insurance Commissioners (NAIC) on a quarterly basis. Answer: B. Insurers must provide a written settlement agreement to the insured within 30 days of reaching a settlement. Explanation: in Tennessee, a key regulatory requirement is that insurers must provide a written settlement agreement to the insured within 30 days of reaching a settlement. This ensures transparency and allows the insured to understand the terms of the settlement clearly. Option A is incorrect, as settlements do not require approval from the State Department but must comply with state regulations. Option C is incorrect because mediation is a commonly used method to resolve disputes. Option D is incorrect, as settlements are not reported to the NAIC but should be documented as part of the insurer's internal records and compliance procedures. Question 9. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type. Mr. Thompson, a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is investigating a claim involving water damage to a residential property. The insured claims the damage was caused by a recent storm, but Mr. Thompson suspects there might be pre-existing issues. What should Mr. Thompson do next to ensure a thorough investigation? A. Immediately deny the claim based on his suspicion of pre-existing issues. B. Conduct an interview with the insured to gather more information about the history of the property. C. Approve the claim without further investigation to expedite the process. D. Request that the insured hire their own expert to assess the damage. Answer: B. Conduct an interview with the insured to gather more information about the history of the property. Explanation: conducting an interview with the insured to gather more information about the history of the property is a crucial step in ensuring a thorough investigation. This allows Mr. Thompson to collect detailed information and verify the insured's statements against other evidence. Option A is incorrect because denying the claim without proper investigation is unethical and likely violates fair claims practices. Option C is incorrect, as it compromises the thoroughness and accuracy of the claims process. Option D is inappropriate because it shifts the responsibility of investigation onto the insured, whereas it is the adjuster's duty to conduct a comprehensive investigation. Question 10. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. In Tennessee, what is one effective method for determining the extent and value of a business interruption claim under a surplus lines insurance policy? A. Estimating the loss based on the business owner's initial claim without further verification. B. Reviewing the business's historical financial records and comparing projected earnings to actual post-loss earnings. C. Using a standard industry multiplier to estimate business interruption losses regardless of specific circumstances. D. Consulting with a general contractor to estimate repair costs for physical damages only. Answer: B. Reviewing the business's historical financial records and comparing projected earnings to actual post-loss earnings. Explanation: reviewing the business's historical financial records and comparing projected earnings to actual post-loss earnings is an effective method for determining the extent and value of a business interruption claim. This approach provides an accurate assessment based on the business's actual performance and helps to quantify the loss caused by the interruption. Option A is incorrect, as it does not involve verification and could lead to inaccurate estimates. Option C is inappropriate because business interruption losses vary significantly between businesses and circumstances. Option D focuses solely on physical damages and does not address the loss of income. Question 11. Surplus lines insurance claims litigation. Which of the following is a critical consideration for surplus lines insurers in Tennessee when preparing for potential litigation over a denied claim? A. Ignoring the insured's complaints and proceeding directly to court. B. Documenting all communications, decisions, and evidence related to the claim meticulously. C. Avoiding any attempts at mediation or arbitration to settle the dispute. D. Settling every claim out of court to avoid legal expenses. Answer: B. Documenting all communications, decisions, and evidence related to the claim meticulously. Explanation: documenting all communications, decisions, and evidence related to the claim meticulously is a critical consideration for surplus lines insurers when preparing for potential litigation. Proper documentation ensures that the insurer can present a clear and detailed account of their handling of the claim, which is essential for legal defense. Option A is incorrect as it could exacerbate the dispute and is unprofessional. Option C is inappropriate as mediation and arbitration are valuable tools for dispute resolution. Option D is not always feasible or appropriate, as some claims may legitimately require litigation to resolve. Question 12. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type. MS. Kelly, a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is investigating a claim for a theft that occurred at a high-value jewelry store. The insured has provided a list of stolen items and their estimated values. What should MS. Kelly do next to ensure a thorough and accurate investigation? A. Accept the insured's list and estimated values without further verification. B. Hire a forensic accountant to review the store's inventory and sales records for discrepancies. C. Deny the claim immediately due to the high value of the stolen items. D. Request the insured to provide a video surveillance proof without conducting any other investigation. Answer. B. Hire a forensic accountant to review the store's inventory and sales records for discrepancies. Explanation. Hiring a forensic accountant to review the store's inventory and sales records for discrepancies is a crucial step in ensuring a thorough and accurate investigation. This expert can verify the existence and value of the stolen items and identify any inconsistencies or fraudulent activities. Option A is incorrect as it does not involve verification and could lead to inaccurate settlement. Option C is inappropriate as it dismisses the claim without investigation, which is unethical and likely violates fair claims practices. Option D is insufficient on its own, as a comprehensive investigation should include multiple methods of verification, not just video surveillance. Question 13. Surplus lines insurance claims process. In Tennessee, which of the following best describes the importance of effective communication in the surplus lines insurance claims handling process? A. It allows the insurer to avoid legal documentation requirements. B. It ensures that all parties are informed and understand the status and details of the claim. C. It enables the claims adjuster to bypass certain regulatory requirements. D. It helps the insured to understand that the insurer's interests come first. Correct answer. B. It ensures that all parties are informed and understand the status and details of the claim. Explanation. Effective communication is crucial in the claims handling process because it ensures that all parties, including the insured, insurer, and any other stakeholders, are informed and understand the status and details of the claim. This transparency helps prevent misunderstandings, facilitates smoother claims processing, and ensures compliance with regulatory requirements. Option A is incorrect as effective communication does not replace legal documentation. Option C is incorrect because regulatory requirements must always be met. Option D is incorrect because the claims process should prioritize fair and equitable treatment of all parties, not just the insurer's interests. Question 14. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. What is one key method for surplus lines insurers in Tennessee to ensure accurate reserving and estimating of claim costs? A. Setting reserves arbitrarily based on the adjuster's discretion. B. Using a standardized formula without considering the specifics of the claim. C. Conducting a detailed assessment of the claim, including all available evidence and expert opinions. D. Reserving the lowest possible amount to minimize financial exposure. Answer. C. Conducting a detailed assessment of the claim, including all available evidence and expert opinions. Explanation. Accurate reserving and estimating of claim costs require a detailed assessment of the claim considering all available evidence and expert opinions. This comprehensive approach ensures that the reserve reflects the true potential cost of the claim, allowing for proper financial planning and regulatory compliance. Option A is incorrect as arbitrary reserving can lead to inaccurate financial reporting. Option B is incorrect because standardized formulas may not account for the specifics of each claim. Option D is incorrect and unethical as it underestimates the claim's true cost and could lead to financial issues for the insurer and unfair treatment of the insured. Question 15. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type. Mr. Davis, a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is investigating a claim for flood damage at a commercial property. The insured claims the damage is extensive and provided photos of the aftermath. What should Mr. Davis prioritize to ensure a thorough investigation? A. Accept the photos as conclusive evidence and process the claim immediately. B. Conduct an on-site inspection to assess the damage personally and consult with a hydrologist. C. Deny the claim based solely on the photos provided by the insured. D. Wait for the insured to submit a repair estimate before taking any action. Answer. B. Conduct an on-site inspection to assess the damage personally and consult with a hydrologist. Explanation. Conducting an on-site inspection allows Mr. Davis to personally assess the extent of the flood damage and gather first-hand evidence. Consulting with a hydrologist provides expert insight into the cause and extent of the flood damage, ensuring a comprehensive and accurate evaluation. Option A is incorrect because photos alone are insufficient for a thorough investigation. Option C is inappropriate as denying the claim based solely on photos without further investigation is unethical and likely violates fair claims practices. Option D could delay the investigation unnecessarily and does not ensure the thoroughness needed for an accurate assessment. Question 16. Surplus lines insurance claims handling process. In Tennessee, what is the primary role of effective documentation in the surplus lines insurance claims handling process? A. To ensure that claims are paid out as quickly as possible regardless of their validity. B. To provide a clear and detailed record of all actions taken during the claims process for regulatory compliance and future reference. C. To simplify the claims process by minimizing the need for communication with the insured. D. To reduce the claims adjuster's workload by relying on minimal information. Answer. B. To provide a clear and detailed record of all actions taken during the claims process for regulatory compliance and future reference. Explanation. Effective documentation provides a clear and detailed record of all actions taken during the claims process, which is crucial for regulatory compliance and future reference. Proper documentation ensures transparency, supports accurate decision-making, and helps defend against potential disputes or litigation. Option A is incorrect as speed should not compromise the validity of the claim. Option C is incorrect because effective communication remains essential in the claims process. Option D is incorrect as comprehensive documentation requires thorough information, not minimal information. Question 17. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. When evaluating a claim for property damage under a surplus lines insurance policy in Tennessee, what should a claims adjuster prioritize to determine the extent of coverage? A. The insured's personal valuation of the damaged property. B. The actual cash value or replacement cost as stipulated in the policy terms. C. The initial estimate provided by a third-party contractor without further verification. D. The market value of the property at the time of purchase. Answer. B. The actual cash value or replacement cost as stipulated in the policy terms. Explanation. The claims adjuster should prioritize the actual cash value or replacement cost as stipulated in the policy terms to determine the extent of coverage. This ensures that the claim is evaluated according to the agreed terms of the insurance contract. Option A is incorrect because the insured's personal valuation may not align with policy terms. Option C is incorrect because third-party estimates need verification. Option D is incorrect as the market value at the time of purchase is irrelevant to the current damage assessment. Question 18. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type MS. Martinez, a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is handling a claim for significant mold damage in a residential property. The insured attributes the mold growth to a recent plumbing leak. What should MS Martinez do to conduct a thorough investigation? A. Immediately approve the claim based on the insured's explanation. B. Engage a mold remediation expert and a plumbing specialist to assess the cause and extent of the damage. C. Deny the claim if the property has had previous mold issues, regardless of the current cause. D. Wait for the insured to resolve the plumbing issue before investigating further. Answer. B. Engage a mold remediation expert and a plumbing specialist to assess the cause and extent of the damage. Explanation. Engaging a mold remediation expert and a plumbing specialist ensures a thorough investigation by providing professional assessment of both the cause and extent of the mold damage. This approach helps determine whether the mold growth is indeed linked to the recent plumbing leak and the appropriate measures for remediation. Option A is incorrect as it lacks investigation. Option C is incorrect because previous issues should not lead to automatic denial without current investigation. Option D is incorrect, as delaying the investigation could worsen the damage and complicate the claims process. Question 19. Surplus lines insurance policy analysis. When interpreting the exclusions section of a surplus lines insurance policy in Tennessee, which of the following principles is most crucial? A. Exclusions should be interpreted broadly to include as many scenarios as possible. B. Exclusions should be interpreted narrowly in favor of providing coverage when there is ambiguity. C. Exclusions should be disregarded if the insured did not read them. D. Exclusions are only relevant if they are highlighted in the declarations page. Answer: B. Exclusions should be interpreted narrowly in favor of providing coverage when there is ambiguity. Explanation: in insurance law, exclusions should be interpreted narrowly and in favor of providing coverage when there is ambiguity. This principle, known as the doctrine of contra proferentum, ensures that any unclear terms are construed against the insurer who drafted the policy. Option A is incorrect, as broad interpretation can unfairly limit coverage. Option C is incorrect because it is the insured's responsibility to read and understand the policy. Option D is incorrect, as exclusions apply regardless of whether they are highlighted in the declarations page. Question 20. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. Which of the following is a best practice for surplus lines insurers in Tennessee when negotiating a settlement for a disputed claim? A. Insist on the insurer's initial offer without considering any new evidence or arguments. B. Utilize alternative dispute resolution methods such as mediation or arbitration to facilitate a fair settlement. C. Ignore the insured's concerns to expedite the settlement process. D. Settle the claim quickly by offering the lowest possible amount to avoid further negotiation. Answer: B. Utilize alternative dispute resolution methods such as mediation or arbitration to facilitate a fair settlement. Explanation: utilizing alternative dispute resolution methods such as mediation or arbitration can facilitate a fair settlement for a disputed claim. These methods provide a structured process for both parties to present their cases and work towards a mutually agreeable resolution. Option A is incorrect, as it ignores the potential for new information that could impact the settlement. Option C is incorrect because ignoring the insured's concerns can lead to dissatisfaction and potential litigation. Option D is unethical and may result in an unfair settlement, which can damage the insurer's reputation and lead to regulatory scrutiny. Question 21. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type. Mr. Nguyen, a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is investigating a claim involving a windstorm that damaged a warehouse. The insured has provided photos and a contractor's estimate for repairs. What should Mr. Nguyen do next to ensure a thorough investigation? A. Approve the claim based solely on the photos and estimate provided by the insured. B. Conduct an on-site inspection to verify the damage and consult a structural engineer to assess the repair needs. C. Deny the claim if the contractor's estimate seems too high without further verification. D. Ask the insured to submit multiple estimates from different contractors before proceeding. Answer: B. Conduct an on-site inspection to verify the damage and consult a structural engineer to assess the repair needs. Explanation: conducting an on-site inspection allows Mr. Nguyen to personally verify the extent of the damage. Consulting a structural engineer provides expert analysis of the repair needs, ensuring that the claim is accurately assessed and that the necessary repairs are understood. Option A is incorrect, as it lacks independent verification. Option C is inappropriate, as denying the claim based solely on the estimate without investigation is unethical and violates fair claims practices. Option D might be helpful but is not sufficient alone without professional inspection and expert consultation. Question 22. Regulatory compliance in surplus lines claims handling. Which of the following is a critical regulatory requirement for surplus lines insurers in Tennessee regarding the documentation and reporting of claims? A. Insurers must document only the claims that exceed a certain monetary threshold. B. Insurers must maintain detailed records of all claims for a minimum period specified by state regulations. C. Insurers are required to report all claims directly to the National Association of Insurance Commissioners (NAIC). D. Insurers can keep claim records informally as long as they are accessible when needed. Answer: B. Insurers must maintain detailed records of all claims for a minimum period specified by state regulations. Explanation: in Tennessee surplus lines insurers are required to maintain detailed records of all claims for a minimum period as specified by state regulations. This ensures that the insurer can provide a comprehensive account of their claims handling practices, comply with regulatory audits, and resolve any disputes that may arise. Option A is incorrect because all claims need to be documented, not just those above a certain threshold. Option C is incorrect because while insurers must comply with various reporting requirements, not all claims need to be reported directly to the NAIC. Option D is incorrect because maintaining informal records would not meet regulatory standards for documentation and accountability. Question 23. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. What is a key consideration for surplus lines insurers in Tennessee when determining coverage and liability for a claim involving business interruption due to a covered peril? A. Only the insured's initial estimate of lost revenue should be considered. B. The policy's terms and definitions regarding business interruption must be carefully reviewed. C. The insurer should prioritize minimizing payout over thorough evaluation. D. The market conditions at the time of the policy purchase should determine the claim amount. Answer: B. The policy's terms and definitions regarding business interruption must be carefully reviewed. Explanation: when determining coverage and liability for a business interruption claim, surplus lines insurers must carefully review the policy's terms and definitions. These provisions outline what constitutes a covered loss, the calculation method for lost revenue, and any applicable exclusions or limitations. Option A is incorrect because the insured's initial estimate must be verified and substantiated. Option C is incorrect as the insurer's duty is to thoroughly evaluate the claim based on policy terms and factual circumstances, not to minimize payout. Option D is irrelevant because the claim amount should be based on the actual impact of the covered peril, not market conditions at the time of policy purchase. Question 24. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type. MS Adams, a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is investigating a fire damage claim for a commercial property. The insured states that the fire was caused by an electrical fault and the fire department's report is pending. What should MS Adams do next to ensure a thorough investigation? A. Approve the claim immediately based on the insured's statement. B. Conduct an independent investigation and hire a fire cause and origin expert to determine the actual cause of the fire. C. Deny the claim until the fire department's report is available. D. Wait for the insured to submit a complete repair estimate before proceeding with the investigation. Answer: B. Conduct an independent investigation and hire a fire cause and origin expert to determine the actual cause of the fire. Explanation: conducting an independent investigation and hiring a fire cause and origin expert are crucial steps in ensuring a thorough investigation of the fire damage claim. This approach allows MS Adams to obtain an objective analysis of the cause of the fire, which is essential for determining coverage and liability accurately. Option A is incorrect because it lacks verification of the insured's statement. Option C is inappropriate because it delays the investigation and does not proactively seek additional evidence. Option D is insufficient on its own, as waiting for a repair estimate does not address the need to determine the cause of the fire. Question 25. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. In Tennessee, which ethical consideration is most important for a surplus lines claims adjuster when handling a large and complex claim? A. Prioritizing the interests of the insurer over the insured to minimize payouts. B. Ensuring all communication and documentation are accurate, honest, and transparent. C. Avoiding any direct contact with the insured to prevent potential conflicts. D. Delegating the investigation entirely to an external firm to avoid personal liability. Answer: B. Ensuring all communication and documentation are accurate, honest, and transparent. Explanation: ensuring all communication and documentation are accurate, honest, and transparent is critical for maintaining ethical standards in claims handling. This approach fosters trust, ensures compliance with legal and regulatory requirements, and upholds the integrity of the claims process. Option A is incorrect because ethical considerations require fair treatment of both parties. Option C is impractical and could hinder effective claims resolution. Option D is incorrect because while external firms can assist, the adjuster still has a responsibility to oversee and ensure the ethical handling of the claim. Question 26. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. When negotiating a settlement for a surplus lines insurance claim in Tennessee, what is a key factor that should be considered to ensure a fair and equitable resolution? A. The financial stability of the insured. B. The original purchase price of the insured property. C. The terms and conditions of the insurance policy, including coverage limits and exclusions. D. The number of claims the insured has filed in the past. Answer: C. The terms and conditions of the insurance policy, including coverage limits and exclusions. Explanation: the terms and conditions of the insurance policy, including coverage limits and exclusions, are crucial in negotiating a fair and equitable settlement. These terms define the extent of coverage and any limitations, ensuring that the settlement aligns with the contractual obligations. Option A is irrelevant to the specifics of the claim. Option B is not pertinent to the current value or extent of the damage. Option D could be considered for underwriting purposes but does not directly affect the fair settlement of the current claim. Question 27. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type. Mr. Thompson, the surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is investigating a claim for water damage at a luxury hotel. The insured claims the damage was caused by a burst pipe and has submitted photos and an incident report. What should Mr. Thompson do next to ensure a thorough investigation? A. Accept the photos and incident report as sufficient evidence and approve the claim. B. Hire a plumbing expert to inspect the site and verify the cause of the pipe burst. C. Deny the claim based on the high value of the luxury hotel's fixtures and fittings. D. Wait for the hotel to complete all necessary repairs before investigating further. Answer: B. Hire a plumbing expert to inspect the site and verify the cause of the pipe burst. Explanation: hiring a plumbing expert to inspect the site and verify the cause of the pipe burst is essential for a thorough investigation. This approach ensures that the cause of the damage is accurately determined and that the claim is valid and appropriately assessed. Option A is incorrect because additional verification is necessary. Option C is unethical and does not address the merits of the claim. Option D could delay the investigation unnecessarily and complicate the claims process. Question 28. Surplus lines insurance claims process. In Tennessee, which of the following best describes the role of an adjuster in the surplus lines insurance claims handling process? A. The adjuster's role is to deny as many claims as possible to minimize the insurer's liability. B. The adjuster's role is to independently verify the facts of the claim and ensure that it is handled in accordance with policy terms and regulatory requirements. C. The adjuster's role is to act solely as an advocate for the insurer. D. The adjuster's role is to expedite the claims process by approving all claims without thorough investigation. Answer: B. The adjuster's role is to independently verify the facts of the claim and ensure that it is handled in accordance with policy terms and regulatory requirements. Explanation: the primary role of an adjuster in the claims handling process is to independently verify the facts of the claim and ensure that it is handled in accordance with the policy terms and regulatory requirements. This helps maintain fairness, accuracy, and compliance with legal standards. Option A is incorrect because the adjuster should handle claims fairly and impartially. Option C is incorrect as the adjuster should balance the interests of both the insurer and the insured. Option D is incorrect because thorough investigation is crucial for fair and accurate claims handling. Question 29. Surplus lines insurance policy analysis. When analyzing a surplus lines insurance policy in Tennessee, which aspect is crucial for understanding coverage limitations? A. The length of the policy document. B. The exclusions and endorsements sections. C. The premium amount paid by the insured. D. The insurer's marketing materials. Answer: B. The exclusions and endorsements sections. Explanation: the exclusions and endorsements sections are crucial for understanding coverage limitations in a surplus lines insurance policy. Exclusions specify what is not covered under the policy, while endorsements can add, remove, or alter coverage. Option A is irrelevant to coverage limitations. Option C does not provide information about what is or isn't covered. Option D may not accurately reflect the specifics of policy coverage and limitations as marketing materials often provide. A broad overview rather than detailed terms. Question 30. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type. MS. Parker, a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is handling a claim for theft of high-value items from a jewelry store. The insured has provided a police report and an inventory of the stolen items. What should MS Parker do next to ensure a thorough investigation? A. Approve the claim based solely on the police report and inventory provided by the insured. B. Conduct interviews with the store employees and review the store's security footage to verify the circumstances of the theft. C. Deny the claim because the items were high value, increasing the insurer's exposure. D. Wait for the insured to provide receipts for all the stolen items before taking further action. Answer: B. Conduct interviews with the store employees and review the store's security footage to verify the circumstances of the theft. Explanation: Conducting interviews with the store employees and reviewing the store's security footage are essential steps to verify the circumstances of the theft. This thorough investigation helps confirm the validity of the claim and ensures that the insurer has all necessary information to make an informed decision. Option A is incorrect as additional verification is needed. Option C is unethical and does not address the merits of the claim. Option D may be useful but is not sufficient alone. A comprehensive investigation includes gathering all relevant evidence and testimonies. Question 31. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. In Tennessee, what is a key consideration for surplus lines insurers when determining a fair settlement amount for a complex liability claim? A. Offering the insured the minimum amount possible to avoid litigation. B. Calculating the settlement based on the insured's emotional distress. C. Evaluating the policy limits and coverage provisions related to liability. D. Settling the claim quickly without verifying the facts. Answer: C. Evaluating the policy limits and coverage provisions related to liability. Explanation: When determining a fair settlement amount for a complex liability claim, surplus lines insurers in Tennessee should evaluate the policy limits and coverage provisions related to liability. This ensures that the settlement amount aligns with the policy terms and adequately covers the insured's liability exposure. Option A is incorrect because offering the minimum amount possible may not align with the insurer's contractual obligations. Option B is irrelevant to liability claims settlement. Option D is incorrect because settling the claim quickly without verifying facts could lead to inaccurate settlements and potential legal issues. Question 32. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical principles should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee adhere to when handling claims involving potential conflicts of interest? A. Disclosing conflicts of interest to all parties involved in the claim. B. Ignoring conflicts of interest to expedite claim processing. C. Prioritizing the insurer's interests over those of the insured. D. Withholding information about conflicts of interest from the insured. Answer A. Disclosing conflicts of interest to all parties involved in the claim. Explanation: Surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should disclose conflicts of interest to all parties involved in the claim to maintain transparency and ethical standards. This disclosure helps manage expectations, ensures fair treatment, and builds trust in the claims handling process. Option B is unethical as ignoring conflicts of interest can lead to biased decision-making. Option C is incorrect because fair treatment requires balancing the interests of both parties. Option D is unethical and violates the duty of good faith and fair dealing. Question 33. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation scenario type. Mr. Lee, a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee, is investigating a claim for water damage at a commercial property. The insured claims the damage resulted from a faulty sprinkler system. What should Mr. Lee prioritize during his investigation? A. Accepting the insured's statement without further investigation. B. Requesting multiple repair estimates from the insured. C. Conducting an inspection of the sprinkler system to verify the cause of the damage. D. Denying the claim due to the potential high cost of repairs. Answer: C. Conducting an inspection of the sprinkler system to verify the cause of the damage. Explanation: Mr. Lee should prioritize conducting an inspection of the sprinkler system to verify the cause of the damage. This involves gathering evidence to determine whether the claim is valid and falls within the coverage of the insurance policy. Option A is incorrect as it lacks verification. Option B may be helpful but does not address the cause of the damage. Option D is premature and should only be considered after a thorough investigation. Question 34. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. when evaluating a claim under a surplus lines insurance policy in Tennessee? Why is it important for the claims adjuster to consider the principle of indemnity? A. To minimize the insurer's financial exposure. B. To ensure the insured receives fair compensation for covered losses. C. To deny claims that exceed policy limits. D. To expedite the claims handling process. Answer: B. To ensure the insured receives fair compensation for covered losses. Explanation: the principle of indemnity in insurance ensures that the insured is restored to the same financial position as before the covered loss occurred without gaining a profit. Therefore, it is crucial for the claims adjuster to consider this principle to ensure that the insured receives fair compensation for covered losses. Option A is incorrect because indemnity focuses on restoring the insured, not minimizing the insurer's exposure. Option C is incorrect as denying claims solely based on exceeding policy limits does not align with indemnity. Option D is incorrect because expedited claims handling should not compromise fair compensation. Question 35. Surplus lines insurance claims litigation. In Tennessee, what steps should a surplus lines insurer take to prepare for potential litigation involving a disputed claim? A. Avoiding documentation to prevent disclosure of sensitive information. B. Gathering and preserving all relevant documents and evidence related to the claim. C. Delaying communication with legal counsel until litigation is imminent. D. Ignoring settlement negotiations and focusing solely on court proceedings. Answer: B. Gathering and preserving all relevant documents and evidence related to the claim. Explanation: to prepare for potential litigation in Tennessee, a surplus lines insurer should gather and preserve all relevant documents and evidence related to the claim. This includes correspondence, reports, assessments, and any other pertinent information that may support the insurer's position. Option A is incorrect because comprehensive documentation is crucial for transparency and legal compliance. Option C is incorrect as timely communication with legal counsel is essential for strategic planning. Option D is incorrect because settlement negotiations should be explored before resorting to court proceedings. Question 36. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical guidelines should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee follow when handling claims involving insureds who are non-English speakers? A. Refusing to communicate directly with non-English speaking insureds. B. Providing translation services or interpreters to ensure effective communication. C. Offering lower settlement amounts due to language barriers. D. Ignoring claims submitted by non-English speaking insureds. Answer: B. Providing translation services or interpreters to ensure effective communication. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should provide translation services or interpreters to ensure effective communication with insureds who are non-English speakers. This ethical guideline ensures that all parties understand the claims process, their rights, and the requirements for documentation and evidence. Option A is incorrect as refusing direct communication could violate fair claims practices. Option C is unethical and discriminatory. Option D is incorrect as ignoring claims based on language barriers is unfair and could lead to regulatory issues. Question 37. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation. In Tennessee, what role does documentation play in the claims investigation process for surplus lines insurers? A. Documentation is optional and can be omitted if the claim seems straightforward. B. Documentation is critical to establish facts, support decisions, and demonstrate compliance with regulatory requirements. C. Documentation is limited to written statements from the insured and does not include external evidence. D. Documentation is only necessary if requested by legal counsel. Answer: B. Documentation is critical to establish facts, support decisions, and demonstrate compliance with regulatory requirements. Explanation: documentation plays a crucial role in the claims investigation process for surplus lines insurers in Tennessee. It helps establish facts, support decisions made during the investigation, and demonstrate compliance with regulatory requirements. Option A is incorrect because documentation is essential regardless of the perceived simplicity of the claim. Option C is incorrect as comprehensive documentation includes various forms of evidence. Option D is incorrect because documentation should be maintained as part of standard claims handling procedures, not just upon request. Question 38. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. When negotiating a settlement for a surplus lines insurance claim in Tennessee, what considerations should the adjuster prioritize regarding legal liability. A. Settling the claim quickly to avoid legal fees. B. Considering the insured's past claims history. C. Evaluating legal liability based on policy provisions and factual circumstances. D. Delaying settlement until a court decision is reached. Answer: C. Evaluating legal liability based on policy provisions and factual circumstances. Explanation: when negotiating a settlement for a surplus lines insurance claim in Tennessee, the adjuster should prioritize evaluating legal liability based on policy provisions and factual circumstances. This ensures that the settlement amount is fair and aligned with the insurer's legal obligations under the policy. Option A is incorrect because quick settlement should not override thorough evaluation of legal liability. Option B may be considered for underwriting purposes but is not directly relevant to settlement negotiations. Option D is impractical as settlements are often reached outside of court proceedings. Question 39. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical consideration should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee keep in mind when handling claims involving uninsured losses? A. Denying all uninsured loss claims to protect the insurer's financial interests. B. Treating uninsured loss claims with the same diligence and fairness as insured loss claims. C. Delaying processing uninsured loss claims to discourage future claims. D. Exempting uninsured loss claims from regulatory reporting requirements. Answer: B. Treating uninsured loss claims with the same diligence and fairness as insured loss claims. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should treat uninsured loss claims with the same diligence and fairness as insured loss claims as an ethical consideration. This approach ensures that all claims are handled impartially and in accordance with ethical standards, regardless of insurance coverage. Option A is incorrect because denying claims solely based on lack of insurance coverage is unfair. Option C is unethical as delaying processing discourages legitimate claims. Option D is incorrect because uninsured loss claims must still comply with regulatory reporting requirements. Question 40. Surplus lines insurance claims process. What is a key responsibility of a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee during the initial stages of a claim? A. Approving the claim based on preliminary information from the insured. B. Conducting a thorough investigation to determine the cause and extent of the loss. C. Denying the claim to minimize the insurer's financial exposure. D. Waiting for the insured to submit all supporting documents before initiating the investigation. Answer: B. Conducting a thorough investigation to determine the cause and extent of the loss. Explanation: a key responsibility of a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee during the initial stages of a claim is to conduct a thorough investigation to determine the cause and extent of the loss. This ensures accurate assessment and decision-making regarding coverage and liability. Option A is incorrect because claims should not be approved based solely on preliminary information. Option C is incorrect as denying the claim prematurely may lead to unfair treatment. Option D delays the investigation unnecessary. Question 41. Surplus lines insurance claims litigation. In Tennessee, how should surplus lines insurers handle claims disputes that escalate to litigation? A. Engaging in aggressive legal tactics to intimidate claimants. B. Cooperating with legal counsel to present a strong defense. C. Refusing to participate in mediation or arbitration. D. Settling claims without disclosing relevant information to claimants. B. Cooperating with legal counsel to present a strong defense. Explanation: surplus lines insurers in Tennessee should cooperate with legal counsel to present a strong defense when claims disputes escalate to litigation. This approach ensures that insurers are adequately represented and can effectively navigate the legal process. Option A is incorrect because aggressive tactics are unethical and counterproductive. Option C is incorrect as mediation or arbitration can be effective alternatives to litigation. Option D is unethical as it violates transparency and fair claims handling practices. Question 42. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical principle guides surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee when handling claims involving multiple insured parties? A. Prioritizing the interests of one insured party over another. B. Treating all insured parties fairly and impartially. C. Rejecting claims that involve multiple insured parties. D. Discouraging insured parties from seeking legal advice. Answer: B. Treating all insured parties fairly and impartially. Explanation: Surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should adhere to the ethical principle of treating all insured parties fairly and impartially when handling claims involving multiple insured parties. This ensures equitable claims resolution and maintains trust in the claims handling process. Option A is incorrect because fair treatment requires balancing the interests of all parties. Option C is incorrect as legitimate claims should not be rejected based solely on multiple insured parties. Option D is unethical as insured parties have the right to seek legal advice if needed. Question 43. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. In Tennessee, what factors should a surplus lines claims adjuster consider when determining the value of a property damage claim? A. The insured's willingness to accept a settlement offer. B. Conducting a cost-benefit analysis of repairing versus replacing damaged property. C. Ignoring any evidence provided by the insured. D. Settling the claim based solely on the adjuster's estimation. Answer: B. Conducting a cost-benefit analysis of repairing versus replacing damaged property. Explanation: the surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee should conduct a cost-benefit analysis of repairing versus replacing damaged property when determining the value of a property damage claim. This approach ensures that the settlement amount is reasonable and cost-effective for both the insurer and insured. Option A is incorrect because willingness to accept should not override a thorough assessment. Option C is incorrect as all evidence, including the provided by the insured, should be considered. Option D is incorrect because settlements should be based on objective evaluation, not just the adjuster's estimation. Question 44. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical guideline should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee follow when handling claims involving personal injury? A. Denying personal injury claims to avoid high settlements. B. Offering settlements without consulting legal counsel. C. Ensuring confidentiality of all claim details. D. Providing timely and compassionate assistance to claimants. Answer: D. Providing timely and compassionate assistance to claimants. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should follow the ethical guideline of providing timely and compassionate assistance to claimants when handling claims involving personal injury. This involves treating claimants with respect, empathy, and professionalism throughout the claims process. Option A is incorrect as denying claims solely to avoid high settlements is unethical. Option B is incorrect as legal counsel should be consulted for complex personal injury claims. Option C is important but does not address the treatment of claimants directly. Question 45. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. When negotiating a settlement for a surplus lines insurance claim in Tennessee, why is it important for the adjuster to communicate effectively with the insured? A. To delay the settlement process. B. To avoid disclosing relevant information. C. To ensure the insured understands the terms of the settlement offer. D. To pressure the insured into accepting a low settlement amount. Answer: C. To ensure the insured understands the terms of the settlement offer. Explanation: effective communication with the insured is crucial when negotiating a settlement for a surplus lines insurance claim in Tennessee to ensure that the insured understands the terms of the settlement offer. This transparency helps manage expectations, prevent misunderstandings, and maintain trust in the claims handling process. Option A is incorrect because delaying settlement is not the purpose of effective communication. Option B is unethical as transparency is necessary in claims handling. Option D is incorrect as pressuring the insured is not conducive to fair negotiations. Question 46. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation. In Tennessee, what steps should a surplus lines claims adjuster take when investigating a claim involving suspected fraud? A. Deny the claim immediately to prevent further investigation. B. Gather evidence and consult with specialized fraud investigators. C. Ignore the suspected fraud if it seems minor. D. Notify the insured about suspicions of fraud without further action. Answer: B. Gather evidence and consult with specialized fraud investigators. Explanation: when investigating a claim involving suspected fraud in Tennessee, a surplus lines claims adjuster should gather evidence and consult with specialized fraud investigators. This approach ensures a thorough investigation while maintaining compliance with regulatory standards and legal requirements. Option A is incorrect because denying the claim without investigation is premature. Option C is incorrect, as all suspected fraud should be investigated regardless of perceived severity. Option D is incorrect because notifying the insured without further action does not address the need for thorough investigation. Question 47. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. What should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee consider when evaluating a claim for business interruption? A. The insured's financial records for the past decade. B. The insured's ability to relocate their business. C. The terms and conditions of the insurance policy. D. The insured's future profit projections. Answer: C. The terms and conditions of the insurance policy. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should consider the terms and conditions of the insurance policy when evaluating a claim for business interruption. These provisions outline the scope of coverage, waiting periods, and any exclusions that may apply to business interruption claims. Option A may be relevant for assessing financial loss but is not specific to policy terms. Option B and D could be considered in certain contexts but do not directly address the policy's coverage provisions for business interruption. Question 14. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical principle guides surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee when handling claims involving insureds facing financial hardship? A. Denying claims to minimize the insurer's financial exposure. B. Providing prompt and fair claims resolution. C. Ignoring the insured's financial situation. D. Delaying claim processing to avoid payouts. Answer: B. Providing prompt and fair claims resolution. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should adhere to the ethical principle of providing prompt and fair claims resolution when handling claims involving insureds facing financial hardship. This involves assessing claims objectively, considering the insured's circumstances, and ensuring timely assistance and compensation as per policy provisions. Option A is incorrect because denying claims solely based on financial hardship is unfair. Option C is incorrect as insured's financial situations should be considered in claims handling. Option D is unethical as delaying claim processing can cause undue hardship to insureds in need of assistance. Question 49. Surplus lines insurance claims process. What role does effective communication play in the surplus lines insurance claims process in Tennessee? A. It is unnecessary and can be omitted to expedite the claims handling. B. It ensures that the insured understands their coverage is denied. C. It helps manage expectations, provide updates, and gather information. D. It is limited to written correspondence only. Answer: C. It helps manage expectations, provide updates, and gather information. Explanation: effective communication is essential in the surplus lines insurance claims process in Tennessee as it helps manage expectations, provide updates to stakeholders, and gather essential information for the claims investigation. Option A is incorrect because communication is crucial for transparency and understanding. Option B is incorrect because effective communication involves more than just denying coverage. Option D is incorrect because effective communication can involve verbal as well as written correspondence. Question 50. Surplus lines insurance claims litigation. What steps should surplus lines insurers in Tennessee take to handle claims litigation efficiently? A. Avoiding preparation until the court date approaches. B. Coordinating with legal counsel and maintaining thorough documentation. C. Ignoring court orders for document disclosure. D. Settling claims without consulting legal advice. Answer: B. Coordinating with legal counsel and maintaining thorough documentation. Explanation: surplus lines insurers in Tennessee should coordinate with legal counsel and maintain thorough documentation to handle claims litigation efficiently. This approach ensures compliance with legal requirements, strengthens the insurer's defense, and facilitates informed decision-making throughout the litigation process. Option A is incorrect because preparation should start well in advance of the court date. Option C is incorrect because ignoring court orders can result in legal consequences. Option D is incorrect because legal advice is essential for navigating claims litigation effectively. Question 51. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical consideration should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee prioritize when handling claims involving third-party liability? A. Denying all third-party liability claims to avoid payouts. B. Fairly assessing liability based on evidence and policy terms. C. Delaying communication with third parties to discourage claims. D. Minimizing contact with third parties to avoid conflict. Answer B. Fairly assessing liability based on evidence and policy terms. Explanation. Surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should prioritize the ethical consideration of fairly assessing liability based on evidence and policy terms when handling claims involving third-party liability. This ensures equitable treatment of all parties involved and upholds ethical standards in claims handling practices. Option A is incorrect because denying all third-party liability claims without evaluation is unfair. Options C and D are incorrect because communication and engagement with third parties are necessary for thorough claims investigation and resolution. Question 52. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. What considerations should a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee keep in mind when negotiating a settlement for a complex property damage claim? A. Ignoring the insured's assessment of damages. B. Considering only the lowest repair estimate provided by the insured. C. Evaluating the insured's coverage limits and policy provisions. D. Offering the settlement amount without verifying the damage. Answer. C. Evaluating the insured's coverage limits and policy provisions. Explanation. When negotiating a settlement for a complex property damage claim in Tennessee, a surplus lines claims adjuster should evaluate the insured's coverage limits and policy provisions. This ensures that the settlement amount aligns with the policy terms and adequately covers the insured's loss within the policy limits. Option A is incorrect because the insured's assessment of damages should be considered in the investigation. Option B is incorrect as the adjuster should consider all reasonable repair estimates. Option D is incorrect because offering a settlement without verifying the damage could lead to inadequate compensation. Question 53. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical guidelines should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee follow when handling claims involving insureds who have suffered personal injury? A. Delaying the claims process to avoid paying medical expenses. B. Ensuring confidentiality of the insured's medical records. C. Denying claims based on the insured's health history. D. Providing compassionate and timely assistance to the insured. Answer. D. Providing compassionate and timely assistance to the insured. Explanation. Surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should follow the ethical guideline of providing compassionate and timely assistance to insureds who have suffered personal injury. This involves understanding the insured situation, promptly processing the claim, and ensuring that necessary medical care and compensation are provided according to policy terms. Option A is incorrect as delaying the claims process can worsen the insured situation. Option B is important but does not address the insured's overall treatment. Option C is incorrect as claims should be evaluated based on policy terms, not the insured's health history alone. Question 54. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation. What steps should a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee take when investigating a claim involving potential coverage disputes? A. Denying the claim without further investigation. B. Consulting legal counsel immediately. C. Resolving the dispute based on the insured's statement. D. Reviewing policy language and seeking clarification from underwriters. Answer. D. Reviewing policy language and seeking clarification from underwriters. Explanation. When investigating a claim involving potential coverage disputes in Tennessee, a surplus lines claims adjuster should review the policy language carefully and seek clarification from underwriters or other relevant parties. This ensures that the coverage interpretation aligns with the policy terms and any exclusions or limitations are properly considered. Option A is incorrect as denying the claim without thorough investigation could lead to legal and ethical issues. Option B may be necessary in some cases but is not always the initial step. Option C is incorrect because resolving disputes based solely on the insured's statement may overlook critical policy details. Question 55. Surplus lines insurance claims process. What role does documentation play in ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements for surplus lines insurers in Tennessee? A. Documentation is optional and not required by regulators. B. Documentation helps insurers avoid legal scrutiny. C. Documentation demonstrates adherence to fair claims practices. D. Documentation is only necessary for high-value claims. Answer. C. Documentation demonstrates adherence to fair claims practices. Explanation. Documentation plays a critical role in surplus lines insurance claims handling in Tennessee by demonstrating adherence to fair claims practices and regulatory requirements. Proper documentation supports transparency, accuracy in claims handling, and compliance with state regulations. Option A is incorrect because documentation is typically mandatory for regulatory compliance. Option B is incorrect as documentation does not solely aim to avoid legal scrutiny but rather to ensure fair and consistent claims handling. Option D is incorrect because documentation is necessary for all claims to establish facts and support decisions. Question 56. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. When evaluating liability in a surplus lines insurance claim in Tennessee, what factors should a claims adjuster consider? A. The insured's reputation within the community. B. Policy provisions, facts of the loss, and applicable legal principles. C. The adjuster's personal opinion about the insured. D. Denying liability to avoid investigation. Answer: B. Policy provisions, facts of the loss, and applicable legal principles. Explanation: when evaluating liability in a surplus lines insurance claim in Tennessee, claims adjusters should consider policy provisions, facts of the loss, and applicable legal principles. This ensures that liability decisions are based on objective criteria and comply with the terms of the insurance policy. Option A is incorrect because personal opinions about the insured are irrelevant to liability assessment. Option C is incorrect for the same reason and is subjective. Option D is incorrect because denying liability without proper evaluation is unethical and may violate regulatory requirements. Question 57. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. What considerations should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee prioritize when negotiating settlements with insureds? A. Minimizing communication to speed up the settlement process. B. Offering the insured the lowest possible settlement amount. C. Ensuring the settlement amount is fair and reasonable based on policy terms and the insured's loss. D. Denying all settlement offers to encourage insureds to seek legal action. Answer: C. Ensuring the settlement amount is fair and reasonable based on policy terms and the insured's loss. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should prioritize ensuring the settlement amount is fair and reasonable based on policy terms and the insured's loss when negotiating settlements. This involves considering all relevant factors, including the extent of the loss, coverage limits, and any applicable deductibles or exclusions. Option A is incorrect because effective communication is necessary for a fair settlement process. Option B is incorrect because offering the lowest possible settlement amount may not adequately compensate the insured. Option D is incorrect because denying settlement offers without consideration violates fair claims practices and may lead to legal repercussions. Question 58. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation. What steps should a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee take when investigating a claim involving disputed coverage? A. Deny the claim immediately to avoid further investigation. B. Consult with underwriters to clarify policy coverage and exclusions. C. Ignore the coverage dispute and proceed with the claim settlement. D. Delay investigation until the insured provides additional evidence. Answer: B. Consult with underwriters to clarify policy coverage and exclusions. Explanation: when investigating a claim involving disputed coverage in Tennessee, a surplus lines claims adjuster should consult with underwriters to clarify policy coverage and exclusions. This helps ensure that the coverage decision aligns with the terms of the insurance policy and any regulatory requirements. Option A is incorrect because denying the claim without investigation is premature. Option C is incorrect as ignoring a coverage dispute can lead to legal and ethical issues. Option D is incorrect because delaying investigation without cause can prolong the claims process unnecessarily. Question 59. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical considerations should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee prioritize when handling claims involving high-profile insureds? A. Treating all insureds equally, regardless of public perception. B. Granting preferential treatment to high-profile insureds to avoid negative publicity. C. Denying claims to protect the insurer's reputation. D. Avoiding communication with high-profile insureds to maintain confidentiality. Answer A. Treating all insureds equally, regardless of public perception. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should prioritize the ethical consideration of treating all insureds equally, regardless of public perception or the insured's status. This ensures fairness, consistency, and adherence to ethical standards in claims handling practices. Option B is incorrect because preferential treatment based on public perception is unethical. Option C is incorrect as denying claims solely based on public image is unfair. Option D is incorrect because effective communication is essential in claims handling regardless of insured status. Question 60. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. Why is it important for surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee to document all communications and decisions during the claims settlement process? A. To delay the settlement and discourage the insured from pursuing further action. B. To avoid regulatory scrutiny and legal challenges. C. To minimize the insured's involvement in the settlement negotiations. D. To demonstrate compliance with fair claims practices and ensure transparency. Answer: D. To demonstrate compliance with fair claims practices and ensure transparency. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should document all communications and decisions during the claims settlement process to demonstrate compliance with fair claims practices and ensure transparency. Proper documentation supports the rationale behind settlement decisions, helps manage expectations, and provides a clear record for regulatory audits or legal challenges. Option A is incorrect because documentation should facilitate fair and prompt settlement. Option B is incorrect as documentation is not solely for avoiding scrutiny but rather for accountability. Option C is incorrect because insured involvement in settlement negotiations should be transparent and documented appropriately. Question 61. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. When evaluating a complex liability claim in Tennessee, what factors should a surplus lines claims adjuster consider? A. The insured's financial history unrelated to the claim. B. Any potential conflicts of interest among involved parties. C. Denying liability to minimize financial exposure. D. Policy provisions, witness statements, and relevant legal precedents. Correct answer: D. Policy provisions, witness statements, and relevant legal precedents. Answer: D. Policy provisions, witness statements, and relevant legal precedents. Explanation: when evaluating a complex liability claim in Tennessee, as surplus lines claims adjuster should consider policy provisions, witness statements, and relevant legal precedents. This comprehensive approach ensures that liability decisions are based on factual evidence, policy terms, and legal principles, rather than subjective factors or financial history. Option A is incorrect because the insured's financial history unrelated to the claim is not directly relevant to liability assessment. Option B may be important but does not directly contribute to liability evaluation. Option C is incorrect as denying liability without proper evaluation violates fair claims handling practices. Question 62. Surplus lines insurance claims litigation. What steps should surplus lines insurers in Tennessee take when preparing for claims litigation? A. Minimize communication with legal counsel to control costs. B. Cooperate fully with legal counsel and provide requested documentation. C. Ignore court deadlines to delay the litigation process. D. Refuse to participate in alternative dispute resolution methods. Answer: B. Cooperate fully with legal counsel and provide requested documentation. Explanation: surplus lines insurers in Tennessee should cooperate fully with legal counsel and provide requested documentation when preparing for claims litigation. This collaborative approach helps build a strong defense, comply with court procedures, and facilitate effective representation in legal proceedings. Option A is incorrect because communication with legal counsel is crucial for preparing a robust defense. Option C is incorrect as ignoring court deadlines can result in legal consequences. Option D is incorrect because participating in alternative dispute resolution methods can expedite resolution and reduce litigation costs. Question 63. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. What considerations should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee prioritize when determining the settlement amount for a catastrophic loss claim? A. Denying the claim due to the high value of the loss. B. Offering a settlement amount without assessing the insured's actual losses. C. Considering policy limits, insured's financial impact, and expert opinions. D. Delaying settlement negotiations indefinitely. Answer: C. Considering policy limits, insured's financial impact, and expert opinions. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should prioritize considerations such as policy limits, insured's financial impact, and expert opinions when determining the settlement amount for a catastrophic loss claim. This ensures that the settlement is fair, adequately compensates the insured for their losses within policy limits, and reflects expert assessments of the damage. Option A is incorrect because denying the claim based solely on the loss amount is unfair. Option B is incorrect as offering a settlement without assessing actual losses can lead to inadequate compensation. Option D is incorrect because delaying settlement negotiations indefinitely is contrary to prompt and fair claims handling practices. Question 64. Surplus lines insurance claims process. What are the key responsibilities of a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee during the initial stages of a claim? A. Denying the claim to streamline the process. B. Notifying the insured about the denial of coverage. C. Investigating the claim promptly and gathering relevant information. D. Delaying communication with the insured to avoid conflict. Answer. C. Investigating the claim promptly and gathering relevant information. Explanation. During the initial stages of a claim in Tennessee, the surplus lines claims adjuster's key responsibility is to investigate the claim promptly and gather relevant information. This includes assessing the nature of the loss, collecting documentation, and determining initial coverage considerations. Option A is incorrect because denying the claim without investigation is premature. Option B is incorrect as notification of denial should follow thorough investigation. Option D is incorrect because timely communication is essential for effective claims handling. Question 65. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical considerations should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee prioritize when handling claims involving insureds who are non-English speakers? A. Denying claims due to language barriers. B. Providing translation services and ensuring understanding of the claims process. C. Ignoring communication with non-English speaking insureds. D. Excluding non-English speakers from the claims process. Answer. B. Providing translation services and ensuring understanding of the claims process. Explanation. Surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should prioritize providing translation services and ensuring understanding of the claims process when handling claims involving insureds who are non-English speakers. This ethical approach ensures equitable treatment, facilitates clear communication, and supports the insured's participation in the claims process. Option A is incorrect because denying claims based on language barriers is discriminatory and unethical. Option C and D are incorrect as excluding or ignoring non-English speaking insureds violates fair claims handling practices. Question 66. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. Why is it important for surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee to review and understand the insured's policy coverage limits when negotiating a settlement? A. To deny coverage for claims exceeding policy limits. B. To minimize settlement offers and reduce costs for the insurer. C. To ensure the settlement amount is within policy limits and fair to the insured. D. To delay settlement negotiations and discourage the insured from pursuing claims. Answer. C. To ensure the settlement amount is within policy limits and fair to the insured. Explanation. Surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should review and understand the insured's policy coverage limits when negotiating a settlement to ensure that the settlement amount is within policy limits and fair to the insured. This approach aligns with regulatory requirements, prevents underpayment or overpayment of claims, and maintains transparency in claims handling. Option A is incorrect because denying coverage solely based on policy limits without fair assessment is unethical. Option B is incorrect as minimizing settlement offers without considering policy limits may lead to inadequate compensation. Option D is incorrect because delaying settlement negotiations without cause contradicts prompt claims handling principles. Question 67. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation. What are the steps a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee should take when investigating a claim involving multiple insured parties? A. Treat each insured party separately without coordinating investigations. B. Consolidate the investigation to expedite the claims process. C. Identify potential conflicts of interest and conduct separate interviews. D. Ignore the involvement of multiple insured parties to simplify the investigation. Answer. C. Identify potential conflicts of interest and conduct separate interviews. Explanation. When investigating a claim involving multiple insured parties in Tennessee, a surplus lines claims adjuster should identify potential conflicts of interest and conduct separate interviews. This approach helps ensure impartiality, gather accurate information from each party, and maintain integrity in the claims investigation process. Option A is incorrect because coordinated investigations are essential for comprehensive claims handling. Option B is incorrect as consolidating investigations without considering individual circumstances can overlook critical details. Option D is incorrect because ignoring multiple insured parties can lead to incomplete investigations and unfair claims outcomes. Question 68. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical considerations should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee prioritize when handling claims involving insureds from vulnerable populations, such as elderly individuals? A. Expediting claim denials to reduce costs for the insurer. B. Ensuring transparency and clarity in communication. C. Denying claims based on the insured's age. D. Avoiding interaction with vulnerable insureds. Answer: B. Ensuring transparency and clarity in communication. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should prioritize ensuring transparency and clarity in communication when handling claims involving insureds from vulnerable populations, such as elderly individuals. This ethical approach promotes fairness, supports informed decision-making, and upholds consumer protection standards in claims handling. Option A is incorrect because expediting claim denials without proper assessment is unfair. Option C is incorrect as denying claims based on age is discriminatory and unethical. Option D is incorrect because interaction with insureds, including vulnerable populations, is necessary for effective claims resolution. Question 69. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. What role does negotiation play in the surplus lines insurance claims settlement process in Tennessee? A. It allows the insurer to delay settlement indefinitely. B. It facilitates reaching a mutually acceptable settlement amount. C. It excludes insured involvement to streamline the process. D. It limits settlement options to minimize costs for the insurer. Answer: B. It facilitates reaching a mutually acceptable settlement amount. Explanation: negotiation plays a crucial role in the surplus lines insurance claims settlement process in Tennessee by facilitating the process of reaching a mutually acceptable settlement amount between the insurer and the insured. Effective negotiation considers both parties' interests, policy terms, and the extent of the insured's loss, aiming to achieve a fair and equitable resolution. Option A is incorrect because delaying settlement indefinitely is contrary to prompt claims handling practices. Option C is incorrect because insured involvement is essential for transparent and fair settlement negotiations. Option D is incorrect because limiting settlement options without considering the insured circumstances may lead to inadequate compensation. Question 70. Surplus lines insurance claims process. What are the key elements of effective communication in surplus lines insurance claims handling in Tennessee? A. Minimizing communication to reduce claim processing time. B. Providing timely updates and maintaining transparency. C. Ignoring insured requests for information. D. Communicating only via written correspondence. Answer: B. Providing timely updates and maintaining transparency. Explanation: effective communication in surplus lines insurance claims handling in Tennessee involves providing timely updates and maintaining transparency with all stakeholders. This approach helps manage expectations, fosters trust, and ensures that insureds are informed about the progress of their claims. Option A is incorrect because minimizing communication can lead to misunderstandings and delays. Option C is incorrect as ignoring insured requests for information undermines customer service and fair claims handling. Option D is incorrect because effective communication includes verbal and written correspondence as needed. Question 71. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. When evaluating a surplus lines insurance claim in Tennessee, why is it important for the claims adjuster to consider policy exclusions? A. To deny coverage and minimize claim payouts. B. To expedite the claims process and avoid investigation. C. To ensure the claim falls within policy coverage terms. D. To delay communication with the insured. Answer: C. To ensure the claim falls within policy coverage terms. Explanation: when evaluating a surplus lines insurance claim in Tennessee, it is important for the claims adjuster to consider policy exclusions to ensure that the claim falls within the coverage terms specified in the policy. This helps prevent improper claim denials or payments and ensures compliance with policy provisions and regulatory requirements. Option A is incorrect because denying coverage without proper assessment is unethical. Option B is incorrect as expedited claims processing without consideration of policy terms can lead to errors. Option D is incorrect because delaying communication with the insured contradicts prompt claims handling practices. Question 72. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. What role do regulatory requirements play in surplus lines insurance claims settlement practices in Tennessee? A. They allow insurers to deny claims without justification. B. They mandate timely and fair settlement of claims. C. They restrict insured involvement in settlement negotiations. D. They require insurers to delay settlement indefinitely. Answer. B. They mandate timely and fair settlement of claims. Explanation. Regulatory requirements in surplus lines insurance claims settlement practices in Tennessee mandate timely and fair settlement of claims. Insurers are required to adhere to these requirements to ensure that insureds receive prompt and equitable resolution of their claims in compliance with state laws and consumer protection regulations. Option A is incorrect because regulatory requirements do not permit insurers to deny claims without justification. Option C is incorrect as insured involvement is necessary for transparent and fair settlement negotiations. Option D is incorrect because regulatory requirements aim to expedite, not delay, settlement processes. Question 73. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation. What steps should a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee take when handling a claim involving potential fraud or misrepresentation? A. Ignore red flags to avoid complicating the investigation. B. Conduct a thorough investigation and gather evidence. C. Immediately deny the claim without investigation. D. Delay communication with the insured to gather more evidence. Answer. B. Conduct a thorough investigation and gather evidence. Explanation. When handling a claim in Tennessee that involves potential fraud or misrepresentation, a surplus lines claims adjuster should conduct a thorough investigation and gather evidence to substantiate any suspicions or allegations. This approach helps protect the insurer's interests, ensures fair claims handling, and mitigates potential fraud risks. Option A is incorrect because ignoring red flags can lead to improper claim handling. Option C is incorrect as denying the claim without investigation violates fair claims practices. Option D is incorrect because delaying communication without cause can complicate the claims process. Question 74. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical considerations should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee prioritize when handling claims involving insureds who are experiencing financial hardship? A. Denying claims to minimize financial impact on the insurer. B. Providing compassionate assistance in exploring coverage options. C. Ignoring insured requests for information about the claims process. D. Referring all communication to legal counsel to avoid liability. Answer. B. Providing compassionate assistance in exploring coverage options. Explanation. Surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should prioritize providing compassionate assistance in exploring coverage options when handling claims involving insureds who are experiencing financial hardship. This ethical approach demonstrates empathy, supports insureds during difficult times, and helps identify possible avenues for coverage or assistance within policy terms. Option A is incorrect because denying claims solely based on financial hardship is unethical. Option C is incorrect as ignoring insured requests undermines customer service and fair claims handling. Option D is incorrect because referring all communication to legal counsel is not necessary unless legal issues arise. Question 75. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. Why is it important for surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee to maintain accurate reserves throughout the claims settlement process? A. To delay settlement negotiations and reduce costs. B. To underestimate claim values and minimize payouts. C. To comply with regulatory requirements and ensure financial stability. D. To avoid documenting the settlement agreement. Answer. C. To comply with regulatory requirements and ensure financial stability. Explanation. Maintaining accurate reserves throughout the claims settlement process in Tennessee is important for surplus lines claims adjusters to comply with regulatory requirements and ensure financial stability of the insurer. Accurate reserves reflect the estimated financial liabilities associated with outstanding claims, helping insurers manage solvency and meet financial obligations. Option A is incorrect because delaying settlement negotiations does not relate to reserve accuracy. Option B is incorrect as underestimating claim values can lead to financial risks and regulatory issues. Option D is incorrect because documenting the settlement agreement is essential for transparency and compliance. Question 76. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. What factors should a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee consider when determining the extent of damage in a property claim? A. Ignoring expert assessments to expedite the claims process. B. Relying solely on insured's estimates of damage. C. Utilizing outside experts and reviewing policy terms. D. Denying coverage without investigating the damage. Answer: C. Utilizing outside experts and reviewing policy terms. Explanation: when determining the extent of damage in a property claim in Tennessee, a surplus lines claims adjuster should utilize outside experts such as appraisers or engineers and review policy terms to ensure coverage applicability. This approach helps in making informed decisions based on professional assessments and policy provisions, ensuring fair and accurate claims handling. Option A is incorrect because ignoring expert assessments can lead to inaccurate claim evaluations. Option B is incorrect as relying solely on insured estimates may not provide an objective evaluation. Option D is incorrect because denying coverage without investigation violates fair claims handling practices. Question 77. Surplus lines insurance claims litigation. What role does litigation management play in surplus lines insurance claims in Tennessee? A. Avoiding legal counsel to save costs. B. Cooperating with legal counsel and providing necessary documentation. C. Ignoring court deadlines to delay the litigation process. D. Refusing alternative dispute resolution methods. Answer: B. Cooperating with legal counsel and providing necessary documentation. Explanation: litigation management in surplus lines insurance claims in Tennessee involves cooperating with legal counsel and providing necessary documentation to support the defense of the insurer. This proactive approach helps in preparing a robust defense, complying with legal procedures, and achieving timely resolution of claims disputes. Option A is incorrect because avoiding legal counsel can jeopardize the insurer's defense in litigation. Option C is incorrect as ignoring court deadlines can lead to legal consequences. Option D is incorrect because refusing alternative dispute resolution methods may prolong the litigation process unnecessarily. Question 78. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. What considerations should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee prioritize when negotiating a settlement for a complex liability claim? A. Denying liability to avoid settlement negotiations. B. Offering the lowest settlement amount to minimize costs. C. Considering policy limits, legal principles, and insured's interests. D. Delaying communication with the insured indefinitely. Answer: C. Considering policy limits, legal principles, and insured's interests. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should prioritize considerations such as policy limits, legal principles, and the insured's interests when negotiating a settlement for a complex liability claim. This approach ensures that the settlement amount is fair and aligned with policy provisions, legal obligations, and the extent of the insured's liability. Option A is incorrect because denying liability without proper evaluation violates fair claims handling practices. Option B is incorrect as offering the lowest settlement amount may not adequately compensate the insured. Option D is incorrect because delaying communication without cause contradicts prompt and fair claims handling principles. Question 79. Surplus lines insurance claims process. What role does effective documentation play in surplus lines insurance claims handling in Tennessee? A. It allows adjusters to delay claims processing. B. It ensures compliance with regulatory requirements. C. It excludes insureds from the claims process. D. It minimizes communication with stakeholders. Answer: B. It ensures compliance with regulatory requirements. Explanation: effective documentation in surplus lines insurance claims handling in Tennessee ensures compliance with regulatory requirements. Proper documentation supports the decision-making process, provides a clear record of claim activities, and facilitates transparency in claims handling practices. Option A is incorrect because delaying claims processing does not relate to effective documentation. Option C is incorrect as documentation should include insured's involvement. Option D is incorrect because effective documentation promotes communication rather than minimizing it. Question 80. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical considerations should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee prioritize when handling claims involving insureds with pre-existing conditions? A. Denying claims based on insured's medical histories. B. Ensuring fair assessment and disclosure of pre-existing conditions. C. Ignoring insured's medical history to simplify claims processing. D. Delaying communication with insureds regarding medical history. Answer: B. Ensuring fair assessment and disclosure of pre-existing conditions. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should prioritize ensuring fair assessment and disclosure of pre-existing conditions when handling claims involving insureds with such conditions. This ethical approach supports transparency, prevents unfair claim denials, and aligns with legal and regulatory requirements. Option A is incorrect because denying claims solely based on pre-existing conditions without fair assessment is unethical. Options C and D are incorrect as ignoring or delaying communication regarding medical history undermines fair claims handling practices. Question 81. Surplus lines insurance claim settlement. Why is it important for surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee to communicate settlement offers in writing? A. To avoid documenting the settlement agreement. B. To delay settlement negotiations indefinitely. C. To provide a clear record of negotiations and agreements. D. To minimize communication with the insurer. Answer: C. To provide a clear record of negotiations and agreements. Explanation: communicating settlement offers in writing is important for surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee to provide a clear record of negotiations and agreements. Written communication ensures mutual understanding, documents the terms of settlement offers, and helps prevent misunderstandings or disputes during the claim settlement process. Option A is incorrect because documenting the settlement agreement is essential for transparency and compliance. Option B and D are incorrect as delaying settlement negotiations or minimizing communication does not contribute to effective claims handling practices. Question 82. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation. What are the key considerations for a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee when interviewing witnesses during a claims investigation? A. Limiting the number of witnesses interviewed to save time. B. Documenting witness statements accurately and objectively. C. Ignoring witness statements to expedite the investigation. D. Conducting interviews without recording details. Answer: B. Documenting witness statements accurately and objectively. Explanation: when conducting witness interviews during a claims investigation in Tennessee, a surplus lines claims adjuster should prioritize documenting witness statements accurately and objectively. This approach ensures that all relevant information is captured, supports fair assessment of the claim, and provides a clear record of witness accounts for future reference. Option A is incorrect because limiting witness interviews may overlook crucial information. Option C is incorrect as ignoring witness statements undermines thorough investigation. Option D is incorrect because recording details is essential for proper documentation and claims handling. Question 83. Surplus lines insurance claims ethics and professionalism. What ethical responsibilities do surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee have when handling claims involving potential conflicts of interest? A. Ignoring conflicts of interest to streamline claims processing. B. Disclosing conflicts of interest and managing them transparently. C. Denying claims based on conflicts of interest. D. Avoiding communication with insureds in conflict situations. Answer: B. Disclosing conflicts of interest and managing them transparently. Explanation: surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee have an ethical responsibility to disclose conflicts of interest and manage them transparently when handling claims. This includes informing all parties involved about potential conflicts, taking steps to mitigate biases, and ensuring fair and impartial claims handling practices. Option A is incorrect because ignoring conflicts of interest can lead to biased decision-making. Option C is incorrect as denying claims solely based on conflicts of interest is unethical. Option D is incorrect because communication with insureds is essential for transparency in resolving conflicts appropriately. Question 84. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. What factors should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee consider when evaluating a settlement proposal from an insured? A. Automatically accepting the insured's first settlement offer. B. Reviewing policy provisions and assessing the insured's losses. C. Delaying settlement negotiations indefinitely. D. Ignoring the insured's financial situation. Answer: B. Reviewing policy provisions and assessing the insured's losses. Explanation: Surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should consider reviewing policy provisions and assessing the insured's losses when evaluating a settlement proposal. This ensures that the settlement amount aligns with policy coverage, fairly compensates the insured, and meets regulatory requirements. Option A is incorrect because automatically accepting the insured's first offer may not reflect the full extent of the claim. Option C is incorrect as delaying negotiations without cause contradicts prompt claims handling principles. Option D is incorrect because ignoring the insured's financial situation may lead to unfair settlement outcomes. Question 85. Surplus lines insurance claims process. What are the key steps a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee should follow when initially receiving a claim? A. Delaying acknowledgement of the claim to manage workload. B. Promptly acknowledging receipt of the claim and assigning it for investigation. C. Denying coverage without investigating the claim details. D. Requesting insured to handle documentation independently. Answer: B. Promptly acknowledging receipt of the claim and assigning it for investigation. Explanation: Upon receiving a claim in Tennessee, a surplus lines claims adjuster should promptly acknowledge receipt of the claim and assign it for investigation. This ensures that the claims handling process begins in a timely manner, adhering to regulatory requirements and providing clarity to the insured regarding next steps. Option A is incorrect because delaying acknowledgement can lead to customer dissatisfaction and potential regulatory issues. Option C is incorrect as denying coverage without investigation violates fair claims handling practices. Option D is incorrect because it shifts the burden of documentation from the adjuster to the insured, which is not standard practice. Question 86. Surplus lines insurance claims evaluation. Why is it important for surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee to conduct a thorough review of policy provisions when evaluating coverage for a claim? A. To expedite claim denial based on assumptions. B. To minimize the insurer's liability by underestimating claim value. C. To ensure the claim is within policy coverage terms and conditions. D. To delay communication with the insured. Answer: C. To ensure the claim is within policy coverage terms and conditions. Explanation: Surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should conduct a thorough review of policy provisions to ensure that the claim falls within coverage terms and conditions specified in the policy. This practice helps in making accurate coverage determinations, avoiding improper claim denials, and ensuring compliance with contractual obligations. Option A is incorrect because denying claims without proper assessment violates fair claims practices. Option B is incorrect as underestimating claim value can lead to legal and regulatory issues. Option D is incorrect because delaying communication contradicts prompt claims handling principles. Question 87. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. What considerations should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee prioritize when negotiating a settlement with multiple parties involved in a claim? A. Ignoring interests of all parties except the insurer. B. Facilitating open communication and addressing each party's concerns. C. Denying claims to avoid negotiations. D. Limiting communication with parties involved. Answer: B. Facilitating open communication and addressing each party's concerns. Explanation: When negotiating a settlement with multiple parties involved in Tennessee, surplus lines claims adjusters should prioritize facilitating open communication and addressing each party's concerns. This approach fosters cooperation, facilitates agreement on settlement terms, and ensures all parties are fairly represented in the claims resolution process. Option A is incorrect because ignoring interests of other parties can lead to disputes and prolonged settlements. Option C is incorrect as denying claims without negotiation is not appropriate for multi-party claims. Option D is incorrect because limiting communication hinders effective negotiation and resolution. Question 88. Surplus lines insurance claims investigation. What are the primary responsibilities of a surplus lines claims adjuster in Tennessee during the claims investigation phase? A. Ignoring evidence to expedite claim closure. B. Conducting a thorough and impartial investigation. C. Denying claims without interviewing witnesses. D. Delaying communication with the insured indefinitely. Answer: B. Conducting a thorough and impartial investigation. Explanation: During the claims investigation phase in Tennessee, a surplus lines claims adjuster's primary responsibility is to conduct a thorough and impartial investigation. This includes gathering evidence, interviewing witnesses, evaluating the claim against policy provisions, and making informed decisions based on the findings. Option A is incorrect because ignoring evidence undermines the integrity of the investigation. Option C is incorrect as denying claims without proper investigation violates fair claims handling practices. Option D is incorrect because delaying communication without cause can lead to regulatory issues and customer dissatisfaction. Question 89. Surplus lines insurance claims settlement. Why is it important for surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee to keep insureds informed throughout the claims settlement process? A. To avoid sharing information that might affect the claim outcome. B. To ensure transparency and manage insured's expectations. C. To delay settlement negotiations indefinitely. D. To minimize communication with insureds. Answer. B. To ensure transparency and manage insured's expectations. Explanation. Surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee should keep insureds informed throughout the claims settlement process to ensure transparency and manage their expectations. Keeping insureds updated on claim progress, any decisions made, and next steps fosters trust, reduces misunderstandings, and enhances customer satisfaction. Option A is incorrect because withholding relevant information from insureds is unethical. Option C is incorrect as delaying negotiations without cause contradicts prompt claims handling principles. Option D is incorrect because minimizing communication hinders effective customer service and compliance with fair claims practices. Question 90. Surplus lines insurance claims litigation. What steps should surplus lines claims adjusters in Tennessee take when preparing for litigation involving a disputed claim? A. Avoiding collaboration with legal counsel. B. Gathering and organizing relevant documentation and evidence. C. Ignoring court deadlines to delay litigation. D. Refusing to provide evidence during the litigation. Answer. B. Gathering and organizing relevant documentation and evidence. Explanation. When preparing for litigation involving a disputed claim in Tennessee, surplus lines claims adjusters should take steps to gather and organize relevant documentation and evidence. This includes compiling claim files, witness statements, expert opinions, and any other pertinent information to support the insurer's position. Option A is incorrect because collaboration with legal counsel is essential for preparing a robust defense. Option C is incorrect as ignoring court deadlines can result in legal consequences. Option D is incorrect because refusing to provide evidence undermines the litigation process and can lead to adverse legal outcomes.